Moonlit Tales Asia presents Stories from the Past, where love, fate, and darkness intertwine. Long before the world was mapped, before borders were drawn and history was written in ink, there existed a land known as Van Lang, a kingdom blessed by nature and guarded by ancient spirits. It was a place where rivers moved like silver threads across the earth, where mountains rose like guardians of the sky, and where the people lived in harmony with both. At the heart of this kingdom ruled the Hung King, a wise and respected monarch whose lineage stretched back to the earliest days of the Vietnamese people. He was a king who understood balance. He knew that the land gave life, but it could also take it away. He knew that the rivers fed the fields, but they could also flood them. And so he ruled not with force, but with respect for nature, for tradition, and for the unseen forces that shape the world. Yet despite all his wisdom and power, the Hung King had one concern that weighed heavily on his heart. He had only one child, a daughter. Her name was Mai Nuong, Princess. Mai Nuong was not only beautiful, she was radiant. People said that when she walked through the gardens, flowers seemed to bloom more brightly. When she spoke, even the wind softened to listen. Her presence brought calm, like the quiet after rain. But what truly made her special was her heart. She cared deeply for her people. She listened to their stories. She walked among them without pride, without distance. To the Hung King, she was more than a daughter. She was the future of the kingdom. And that is why choosing her husband was no simple matter. It was not just about love. It was about destiny. One morning, as mist still lingered over the palace courtyard, two figures appeared at the gates. They were not ordinary men. Even before they spoke, the air around them felt different. The first was calm, silent, steady. He wore robes the color of deep forest green, and his eyes held the quiet strength of ancient mountains. This was Thuy Tinh, the Lord of the Mountains. Where he stood, the ground felt firm, unshakable, as if the earth itself answered to him. The second was overwhelming. His presence came with wind, with moisture, with the distant echo of thunder. His robes shimmered like waves under moonlight, and his gaze was deep and restless. This was Thuy Tinh, the Lord of the Waters. Where he stood, the air grew heavy. Like the moment before a storm breaks, both had come for the same reason. They stepped forward, and in voices that carried power beyond human understanding, they spoke. "We seek the hand of Princess Mai Nuong." The Hung King studied them carefully. He saw strength in both. Thuy Tinh represented stability, protection, endurance. Thuy Tinh represented power, change, unstoppable, force. Either one could shape the future of the kingdom, and that was the problem. How? Do you choose between mountains and sea? So the king made a decision, not to choose, but to test. The next morning, the entire court gathered. The Hung King rose from his throne and declared, "Whichever of you brings me the finest offerings by dawn tomorrow shall marry my daughter." Then he listed the gifts, not gold, not jewels, but things far rarer. 100 trays of sticky rice, 100 chung cakes, 9 tusked elephants, 9 spurred roosters, 9 manned horses, the court murmured. These were not things easily found in the human world. These were creatures and offerings tied to myth, to spirit, to power. Thuy Tinh nodded once. Thuy Tinh smiled faintly, and without another word, they disappeared. The kingdom did not sleep that night. People whispered, who would win? Who could win? But high above the land, in places humans could not reach, the two lords moved. Swiftly, Thuy Tinh climbed the peaks where clouds are born. He called to the forests, and the forests answered. From hidden valleys came elephants with shining tusks. From deep jungles came roosters fierce and proud. From high ridges came horses, whose manes flowed like wind. He did not rush, because he did not need. To the mountains had always been patient. Meanwhile, Thuy Tinh rose above the oceans. He summoned the tides. He called to the depths. Creatures stirred beneath the waves. Storms gathered at his command. He moved with speed, with urgency, because the sea does not wait. As the first light touched the palace walls, Thuy Tinh arrived. Every offering, perfect, complete. The hung king stood in silence. Then he nodded. The decision was made. Princess Mai Nuong was brought forth, dressed in ceremonial silk, her expression calm, but her eyes searching. She looked at Thuy Tinh, and in him, she saw something steady, something safe. The marriage was declared. And before the sun rose fully, Thuy Tinh took her away to his mountain realm. Moments later, the sky darkened, wind surged. The palace gates trembled as Thuy Tinh arrived. His offerings were there, all of them, but it didn't matter. He was too late. When he learned the truth, something changed in him. The calm surface of the sea broke. The sky turned black. Thunder split the air. Rain began, not as drops, but as sheets, as if the sky itself had opened. Thuy Tinh's voice roared across the land. "If I cannot have her, then I will take everything." And the waters obeyed. Rivers swelled. Fields vanished. Villages disappeared beneath rising tides. From his high domain, Thuy Tinh watched. He understood. This was not just anger. This was war. He stepped forward, raised his hand, and the mountains answered. The earth shook. Hills rose higher. Ground lifted beneath villages, carrying them above the flood. Trees grew thick and strong, forming barriers against the waves. Water surged. Mountains rose again and again. Thuy Tinh sent waves crashing forward, each stronger than the last. Thuy Tinh raised the land higher, each time more. Unyielding, the sky roared. The earth trembled. For days, neither side gave way, but rage cannot last forever. Even the sea must retreat. Thuy Tinh's storms weakened. His waves slowed, and finally, he withdrew, back to the ocean, back to the depths, but not in peace, in promise, because defeat is not the same as surrender. Every year, when the rains return, when rivers rise, when storms gather, that is when Thuy Tinh comes back again and again and again, trying to reclaim what he lost. This is not just a story of love or jealousy or gods. It is a story of the land itself, of Vietnam, where mountains protect and rivers threaten, where people must rise again and again to face the floods. Thuy Tinh is resilience. Thuy Tinh is nature's power, and their battle still continues. So the next time you hear thunder rolling across the sky, or see rivers rising after days of rain, remember this story, because somewhere beyond what we can see, the mountain and the sea are still at war. This story is retold and adapted by Moonlit Tales Asia, inspired by traditional folklore. Please do not copy, re-upload, or redistribute this content in any form without permission.